Mr. Speaker, as you know, there are people in Boston and really around the world, and in the United States especially, trying to recover from the terrorist attack that took place in Boston. The Richard family laid their 8-year-old boy to rest, as did other families. As a father of 4 and a grandfather of 10, no parent or grandparent ever wants to see a child die in their youth, especially being murdered the way this young lad was. But meanwhile, in the halls of academia, Richard Falk, a professor and an official with the United Nations Human Rights Council, he blamed the terrorist attack on what he claims is American global domination and on the country of Israel, of all things. What an absurd comment for this so-called intellectual to make. Vile comments come only 2 years after he personally was reprimanded by the United Nations for promoting fantasy-like 9/11 conspiracy theories. Mr. Speaker, why is Richard Falk still employed by the United Nations Human Rights Council? And someone please explain why the United States also continues to be the largest funder of the United Nations, which gives radical wingbats like Falk a platform to spew their hate and anti-American rhetoric. I don't think the United States should be bankrolling the United Nations Human Rights Council. Let them find somebody else to foot the bill for this international institute of ingratitude. And it's time for the elitist, uninformed like Mr. Falk to go. And it's certainly time for the United States to stop funding the Human Rights Council. We don't need to pay people like Mr. Falk to hate America. People like him will do it for free. And meanwhile, let's try the Boston terrorists for their crimes against America. Hold them accountable for murder. And don't try to blame America for the murder of America's children. Blame the killers. And that's just the way it is. And I appreciate the gentleman from Iowa, and I yield back to the gentleman from Iowa.
I thank the gentleman.